A beautiful night for soccer in the Sun City. It's El Paso Locomotive FC versus Oakland Roots SC. As always, GECU providing us with a behind-the-scenes look at Southwest University Park. Saturday night soccer, just minutes away. Revenge on the mind for El Paso Locomotive FC. The last time Oakland Roots came to town, they beat the Locos in the playoffs. A little added motivation tonight? We'll see. Welcome, everyone. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha here in the broadcast booth. As always, we'll be speaking to Rachel Phillips pitchside in a little while. But Heidi, Locomotive has been playing a little better, a lot better defensively, and a big opportunity to pick up 3 points tonight against a team that beat them in the playoffs, so maybe a little added motivation there?
Absolutely. So the players will tell you it's just another game. But, you know, it's in their heads, and they want to get a win. Head coach John Hutchinson, he says, hey, I'm going to hand this off to the captains and see how they handle that extra motivation and let them do that in the changing room. But he is going to have the team prepared for what is going to be another strong opponent despite their record.
Oakland Roots did get its first win of the season versus Loudoun United last weekend. A very strong performance by the Roots. 2 goals from Venecia FC loanee Otar Magnus Carlson, another goal from Juan Azucar, who now has scored in back-to-back matches, a 4th goal by Edgardo Rito, and a late goal by Loudoun made it 4-1, but nonetheless, Roots played well all around.
It has to be reassuring for first-year head coach Juan Guerra to see his key players scoring goals. Azucar is in excellent form, and so is Carlson. It will be a tough challenge for the El Paso defense. Yes, the Roots have started off a bit slow with 3 losses, then 3 ties, and finally, a win last week. But if you remember, Duke, this Roots team made a strong push at the end of last season to get into the playoffs and eventually beat Locomotive in the first round.
That playoff match last season is the only time these two teams have met prior. So tonight will be the first regular season match now that the USL Championship is back to playing in conferences as opposed to divisions. Divisions always screwed me up in school. It's what we have had the previous 2 seasons. The Roots come in having played 1 more match than El Paso. Both teams only have 1 win in the year. But Roots winning last week in El Paso with a big 5-0 performance against Monterey Bay here April the 9th. As we've mentioned before, El Paso's attack has been excellent, tied for second most in the league with Phoenix and Louisville at 13 goals. And El Paso's given up more goals than Oakland. The defense has settled in. They've been playing much better.
Only 1 goal in the last 2 matches for El Paso. It's a very good sign that the team has adapted to teams trying to beat them in transition, and they really have been defending better as a unit. Both of these teams come in with very creative players on the ball. However, no Diego Luna tonight after receiving a 2nd yellow in San Antonio. But you still have Dylan Maris, who's tied for the team leading goals alongside Aaron Gomez. As we saw in the highlights, Oakland has a couple of guys that are playing really well, so expect to see a lot of action in this one.
A fun and entertaining night ahead of us for sure. Locomotive FC looking to get back to form, and the Roots trying to build off their win last week. First half and starting lineups on the other side of the break.
Thank you for watching the pre-match show presented by the Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
Time is running out to beat that January price increase and not pay double. Act now and get Yellowbird Solar AC and a furnace for just $75 a month. That's right, for $75 a month you get refrigerated air and solar that drops your electric bill to almost nothing. But you must act now to get this year's tax credits and beat that January price increase. Get solar and AC and drop your electric bill for just $75 a month. Call yellowbirdsolar.com. Tell them a little bird sent you.
Tony, what are you looking at?
I'm checking out the new 2022 Titan. Man, what a view.
It's right there.
Get 0.9% financing on most new Nissans. Or get 1.99% financing on a certified pre-owned Sentra, Altima, Rogue, or Rogue Sport.
And with Nissan at Home, custom order the exact vehicle you want without leaving home. We'll even deliver it to your door.
Our casa es su casa.
Yeah!
Hey, where are you? American Furniture Outlet's now open.
I'm here.
Just in time. Speed Queen washers and dryers starting at $10.99.
I can't believe they're only open 10 days a month to save me money.
Get an all-leather sofa for $14.97. Matching love seat also on sale. Or get this queen or full-size bed for $3.97.
I can't wait.
Clearance and discontinued items up to 77% off. 12 months interest-free financing. Now open until March 19th.
Open. Open. Open.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso. Southwest Chiropractic. Your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Welcome, everybody, to downtown El Paso, Texas. A beautiful evening for soccer indeed. Duke Keith, along with Heidi Mocha, will be speaking to Rachel Phillips, the third member of our team, here in a little bit. But let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for Locomotive FC. And yes, the man is back. Lucho up top as he has returned from some personal business, namely walking his sister down the aisle in Argentina last weekend. Wonderful to see Lucho up on the top for Locomotive FC, Heidi.
Yes, we get to see how he can jump back in and get the Locomotive back to their attacking ways. And then in the back, as we see, we have the same 4 that we finally have some nice defensive continuity.
Oakland Roots SC, as you see, coming off a big win versus Loudoun. Benny Diaz once again starting, but the man to keep your eye on is the man up top, Otar Carlson, for Oakland Roots. 4 goals on the season for the transfer from Venezia FC. He's on loan, pardon me. Yeah. And they are formidable.
Locomotive will definitely keep an eye on him, for he is also one of the people they go to on set pieces.
We're just about underway here from El Paso, Texas tonight. Oakland Roots in its green and gold. I like that uniform because it's easy to read numbers, first of all. But that is a very Oakland look right there. As you hear, 8th Notch starting in early this evening. Benny Diaz up the right wing side. We'll talk about that in our Casa Auto Group keys to the game here shortly, what Oakland will be trying to do offensively and what Locomotive's going to need to do to counter that. But Roots, a big win for their first win. They have a couple of ties as well. 1-3-3, 6 points in 10th place in the Western Conference. Locomotive, though they did lose in San Antonio, it should be pointed out, San Antonio FC, 2-1 winners over Austin FC of Major League Soccer in the U.S. Open Cup. That is a team that is on quite the run so far, and their defense outstanding. Locomotive, for its part, I think looked a lot better defensively and has really the last 2 weeks, Heidi.
Absolutely. I like the patience that Locomotive is showing right now in the back, just kind of getting their rhythm, seeing if Oakland is going to what their game plan is for trying to counter what the Locomotive is trying to do.
Borelli elects to go to the middle. Eric Galvillo, who gets the starting nod tonight. Let's take a look at Casa Auto Group keys to the game as we were talking about, Heidi. What are you looking for tonight?
Okay, well, first we're going to start with manage the press. Oakland will have their 3 guys up top pressure the ball, and their center back will be very aggressive getting up into the midfield. El Paso can break them down with speed of play and moving the ball quickly, and we saw their press when our back lineup was starting to play it back and forth. Then we got to keep Oakland inside. The Roots are going to try and go wide with their wings on the build-up. They'll get up pretty high and try to get up over the top or play a long ball into the box. All 11 of their goals have been scored inside the box. So if they can Locomotive can keep them inside, it'll allow the Paso defender to cut off the pass and regain possession. And last, use that space on the wing. So because the wingers are playing so high for Oakland, hopefully El Paso can take advantage of the vacant spaces and allow our wings to get up into the attacking third with numbers and especially pressure them if their center back is playing high.
Lots of side-to-side movement in the early going. Be a goal kick coming up for Roots FC. SC. Juan Guerra in his first year. It should be pointed out, last year's interim head coach Jordan Farrell is still with the team. He is their technical director, and outstanding coach, came in with a plan, likes to press high. That's the way he likes to play. we still see his stand very firmly on this Roots SC team, as there you see Juan Guerra, who spent last season as an assistant for Rising. Here's Oakland trying to get wide. Yuma does well. Did it come off of his foot? Juan Carlos Azocar challenging and winning. Oakland a corner kick.
This is where Locomotive is going to have to really make a commitment and be first to the ball when there are balls that are going to be sent into that box in front of the goal. They did so well the last home match at that, and we know that Oakland has some strong and physical players that like to try and get after it in the box.
As we already see. We'll introduce tonight's refereeing crew, but that is center ref Mark Allerton trying to settle things down. In-swinger on the cross that's knotted down by Borelli and cleared out. Roots SC on it quickly. Good give and go. The high cross snared by Newton. Well done, Edgardo Rito. And there we see service in from the wings.
That was a heads-up play by the Oakland defender to just take away the danger of that ball by heading it to the keeper.
That was actually Formella. Formella ranging back.
Oh, yeah, so the...
Aron Gomez was right there for it, but Formella ranging back to nod that off to Benny Diaz.
Everybody defends and everybody attacks, right?
That's the way it kind of works.
That's how it's supposed to.
The Locomotive wants to keep things centrally, as you say, Heidi. Good work by Sanupe to flash out on the wing. And force Roots back inside. Long pass gets away. Solid work by Sanupe to just keep a hold, grab some space. There you see that high line. Big pressure. Newt will send it in the middle. Sanupe. Solid work by the Englishman. That's a 50-50 ball, and that comes down basically to desire, doesn't it?
Yeah, when there are those 50-50 balls, it has got to be a commitment to not let anything go unchallenged and hopefully win them.
Great pass by Borelli. Great work by Aron Gomez to steer it in, and Locomotive earns its first corner. Trying to send it into a waiting Dylan Maris. Almost got away from Aron, but was able to pull it off the byline. Pushed over by Roots SC. So here is Maris. His eighth notch sets the tone on a Saturday evening. Pardon me, that's Eric Diaz on the corner. In it goes, off the side netting. Fox in the box, the knotted header by Aron Gomez. Eric Calvillo. That was solid. Gomez with a great flick to the far post. Locomotive, you can tell, works on these plans in practice, and that was well drawn up.
Oh, yes. I mean, corner kicks and free kicks, they are potentially dangerous set-piece opportunities that, that teams that want to have that free opportunity on goal, that need to work on it. And we have some of the tools to do that, so I really like to see that from Locomotive.
Hop, skip, and a jump for Formella. Rito calling for it quickly, but it gets away from Jesus Enriquez. Let's introduce our refereeing crew. In the middle, Mark Allerton, our assistant referees Matthew Schwartz and Kevin Sanchez, the fourth official, Sergio Vega. Borelli. It'll come back to the Spaniard, team captain Yuma. Rockbank. Maris playing pretty deep. for those kind of combinations with Richie Ryan. That'll spring.
Give and go.
Sanupe now from Brockbank. Throw in for Roots. As we take a look at the Texas Tech Health Report, and we'll start with a couple for Roots. Lindo Mfeka and Matias Fasore are out. For Locomotive FC, nobody on the Texas Tech injury report.
News.
What the heck?
We have good news. No players on the injury report this week. That should make Coach Hutchinson quite happy.
Well, you know who can give us the goss on that, as they say down under? That's Rachel Phillips, but we'll wait for that. Here's Sanupe. Looking for Lucho. It has collided. It's going to be a corner. And down to Rachel.
I do have the gossip for you. It's really what you call a coach's dream. The first time since Hutchinson has been at the helm that he's had all 22 signed players vying for a spot in the lineup here tonight, obviously with the exception of Diego Luna. Now, one of those guys who has been on the bench a little bit at the start of the season and on the injury list is Eric Calvillo. He says, quote, I think everyone is understanding the system more and more, and with each game and each training session, and I think it shows in these past 2 games. He went on to say that the attitude has really changed in the past 2 matches, and the team is working really hard in trying to defend, especially in the transition. And you saw that on full display against San Antonio, only letting in the 1 goal. So now that the Locos have kind of shored up that long ball and that transition, look for the Oakland Roots here tonight to really build up instead of playing that transition to play type of football.
Richie Ryan to send it in swinger. Far post, knotted out by the Us. Settled to the far post, Sanupe trying to get there, and well done to put it out for another corner.
Way to keep it alive and put the ball back across, making Oakland really stay on their toes, because if they did not knock that one out for another corner, that's right in front of goal. Could have been a good chance for Locomotive.
That was Asokar who knocked it out. We've seen a forward and a midfielder come back to help defend. Well done. And lots of whistles from Mark Allerton, just trying to settle things down. It's been contentious on corners.
Lots of chippiness.
Sanupe. Second whistle by Allerton to speak to him. Along with Juan Carlos Asokar. Ryan again. Little hesitation to the near post. That'll be knocked out by Otar Carlson. Our first sight of the big number 22.
Yes.
On loan from Venezia FC, who was promoted to Serie A. Things not going particularly well in the Scudetto for them, but see if they're able to pull it out and avoid relegation. Yuma. Opportunity to send it across for Eder Borelli. Borelli himself has been team captain for this Locomotive team. Nice thought by Richie Ryan. Maris not quite ready for it. And quickly on the counter. Ryan will be whistled for the foul as he basically bodied Jesus Enriquez out along the touchline.
He's definitely putting pressure on the ball.
And the man.
On the transition, yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that'll give up the free kick for Roots SC. And it looks like it'll be Enriquez to take it. 24-year-old from East Palo Alto, California. The Roots do run deep in Northern Cali. Or will it be Asokar? Asokar knotted down and straight in for the goal. Bounced off of Lucho for a waiting Darius Fomella, and 13 minutes in, Roots has broken through. Just an awkward clearance.
Yeah, just an awkward attempt at a clearance. That's danger. Running towards your goal, trying to make it some sort of clearance, but then nobody's with the runner on the backside. So, I mean,
he couldn't have had a clearer shot.
That wasn't the best angle for him, but he made it work. He put it on frame, and Newton just can't get that.
Formella with his second of the season, joining Juan Azocar for second place behind Carlson. And Roots with the lead here in minute 13.
So I think earlier we said that all of their goals this season had been inside the box. There's another one. So obviously they've found a way to have that knack for finishing the balls in the box.
Well, certainly he was there. He was wide open and made no mistake about it. Formella, 26-year-old out of Gdynia, Poland. That's decent thought to try and find Sinupe. It'll be deflected out by Oakland for another corner kick. Locomotive is already up to 4. And it will be Calvillo to take this one. Calvillo, high floating service, nodded back in by Fox. Gomez, Lucho, towed away. Diaz was on it. And it stays in play. Roots will clear.
And
Gets the deflection.
As that corner kick was getting set up to be played in, I was thinking after that errant clearance by Lucho, he's got to be even more in a mindset of let me get in there and even this thing back up, and almost had it right there.
Diaz, excellent positioning. On loan from Cholos. In Liga MX, Tijuana. Well won, Richie Ryan, helping that along. The switch to Borelli. Maris. Gomez. Maris draws a crowd. Dishes to the Spaniard.
He's earned that this season. Some of those goal-scoring opportunities and then goals that he's gotten centrally. I'd put somebody on him right away too.
Calvillo will clean up Sinupe's start on the deflection.
And that's what Locomotive right now. I know they're looking to keep it, but they need to look, where is that man that can get a turn and a shot? Get something on frame. Make it dangerous.
It's good work by Formella. Wins the deflection off Sinupe for a throw. Allows us to tell you, celebrating its 70th or 75th anniversary, Select proud to be the official match supplier for the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at selectsportamerica.com. And Sinupe still down. We'll have a Texas Tech nod to the doc. Ricardo Ruiz, the team trainer, over to take a look. Choose what you play with at selectsportamerica.com. Select, league's choice, player's choice. Sinupe holding the inside of that thigh around the groin area, and that's not pleasant. I don't see a sign from Ruiz one way or the other, but Sinupe will perhaps try to shake things off. Locomotive, for the time being, will be down to 10. The Englishman has been quite the force on that right wing, scoring in Locomotive's first game. He hasn't found the back of the net since, but he's been integral tonight to what Locomotive has tried to build, and John Hutchinson looks like he's calling for the early substitution. And that is frankly sad.
Yeah, his speed on the flanks is something to be reckoned with.
And a quick nod to Ricardo Zacarias. So the substitution coming in the 18th minute for El Paso. Sinupe out for Zacarias, Las Cruces native. Being consoled by his teammates as Sinupe. Maybe we shouldn't have said anything for the Texas Tech health report.
I know.
Well, we wish him all the best and hopefully something minor, but out of the game. And here's Carlson. Good in the air, but good with his feet as well. Well, that pass goes awry. Bounces back for Rito. The service pushed out by Fox for another Roots corner. Well, so far for both of these teams, nothing really getting bogged down in the midfield.
Right,
They've been in each other's end quite a bit.
And, you know, we've talked about this before, is it comes down to not only creating chances, but who actually finishes them. You know,
So far, that
sometimes
is.
it's a little bit of luck, sometimes it's hard work, sometimes it's a bad bounce. But that's what's the difference maker.
Here's
Finishing.
Enriquez. Outswinger. Knotted down off the post. Getting something on that was Fuenmayor. Locomotive will push it out for an Oakland throw, and Evan Newton beside himself with the defense. It was over the byline. Apparently, we're going to go back to the other corner. And Enriquez again. Let's take a look at this.
Kiss that post.
That was Nane. Nane, who had the deflection off the inner part of the shin. Far post, shot saved by Newton. Point blank on Formella. Well done, and Formella holding his head in disbelief. Evan Newton. Cheered by the fans, and that's wonderful to see. But Roots SC, what is problematic for Locomotive is they are very much on the front foot.
Yeah, Evan Newton, that was a great just awareness and positional just reaction save. I mean, he's definitely awake tonight. They're just trying to get that one touch and get it on frame and steal another one from the Locomotive, but Locomotive has got to figure out their positioning a little better, and they cannot give them those chances.
Yes. Searching ball lost by Formella for a Locomotive throw. Brockbank to his fellow Englishman, Andrew Fox. Maris trying to search for that through ball and almost found it a little off target. Looking for Zacarias, who has questions for the referee. Thought he had a little tap up top. But the breakthrough by Darius Formella. Good force here by Solignac. Into the corner, Barbier. Zacarias thought he got Barbier with a touch. Instead, it's a Locomotive throw or a Roots throw. Locomotive FC really making strides, in my opinion, over the last couple of weeks. I know the offense wasn't there versus San Antonio, but the defense, that was a special goal by San Antonio in the early going. And Locomotive defensively seems to have things sorted out. Errant headers notwithstanding here tonight.
Yeah, they definitely on the defensive end seem to be working more as a unit and being more organized. And you know, that there's an awareness about the transition to slow that down. You know, that was a huge challenge for them to start off. So now that they kind of have that settled down, they just need to resort out the transition from that nice organized defense into the attack that we saw the first part of the season. Even though they, scoring 4 goals at home and not getting the win. I mean, nobody would have thought that. Even Coach said that he had talked to some of his colleagues, and they were like, "Didn't you win?" So it's definitely some challenges that they've had this season in adjusting to just to new players. But they're in it for overcoming any obstacles that they come across.
It's a good cross. Enriquez taken down by Newton. The quick restart. Locomotive trying to counter here. Well, as a pretty good ear for what the coach says, that is his countryman Rachel Phillips. And Rachel, I know Hutch has been trying to get something started here, a fire kindled with his team, as here's Calvillo tries that entry pass. But what are Hutch's thoughts about his growing team chemistry now that he has everyone healthy? Is it working a little better for everyone?
Well, Duke and Heidi, I mean, the key for Hutch this week, he says the team motto is the tough times don't last, the tough people do. Obviously here tonight, again, a bit of a tough start for them. Obviously 1 goal down. Hutch said during the week he really wanted to be the first team to score, and he thought if they could then get the momentum off the back of that goal, they could go on to get the win. But yet again, they're in a tough position and going to have to crawl them way out of it. Harry Brockbank during the week also said that last week they just didn't shoot enough in their end of the field. And they also didn't defend well enough in the other end of the field. So tonight it's all about putting both of those pieces together and proving that they can get through the tough times and get a win here tonight.
Good combination, good work by Enriquez. Got it to the feet of Carlson, but Carlson's shot, as he's well defended.
Yeah, Locomotive had numbers back that time, and there wasn't any open players like in the box or running into the box that weren't being marked up. So usually they'll end in a not having too dangerous of a chance. So
you never know what Carlson's going to do. Certainly has shown his danger this season, but
individually make something happen.
That time does put it over the byline.
You got to play the odds, play the predictable.
Borelli, combination. Maris taken down, wants the foul, won't get it. Locomotive wins the ball back. Well done. Gomez tries a long shot, not able to get underneath that. Nane with a little shove to win the ball back for Roots, but they can't hold possession. Nonetheless, Gomez firing wide for Locomotive.
But I like the thought for him to finally think, okay, somebody's got to pull the trigger, and it's going to be me. So now I say, like I've said this before, okay, now that was a warm-up, next one's on target.
Stay on target. The mantra.
And he knows how to get that done. We know that.
Well, man scores a goal in almost every other game. Roughly about 2.5 matches between goals for Aron Gomez, and he's certainly due. All-time leading goal scorer for Locomotive. .24 goals all-time for Locomotive. He is their all-time leading scorer. So there you see, tied for the team lead this season with 3. But 24 in 67. Those are good numbers for any forward.
Exactly.
Locomotive a deep throw here. And the cross. Borelli, Maris knocking it loose for Brockbank. Englishman elects to go back to the defense. Yuma, Fox. Locomotive certainly pressed high. Everybody on Oakland's half of the pitch. Calvillo. Great to see him playing here in El Paso. Of course, got an international call-up. How about that flick? Lucho, well dealt with by Oakland, but Lucho again with a touch, and finally Enriquez is able to send it out.
Yeah, Oakland had to deal with that one. It was definitely a possible dangerous opportunity if they don't get that touch on it.
Zacarias doesn't agree with the foul. Whistled by Mark Allerton, our center referee tonight. Zacarias with his second season in Locomotive blue and gold. Native of Las Cruces, New Mexico, has plied his trade with the Chattanooga Red Wolves in League One.
Nice turn there by Gomez.
Still trying to make it go. Gomez draws a crowd. Lucho earns the foul. Earns the free kick. Not so fast, says Mark Allerton.
He's trying to say, leave the ball alone. I know what you're doing.
Here's Fox. Andrew Fox trying to chip one through. Lucho nods it back. Calvillo trying to control but lost a handle. Newton off his line.
I think that's the farthest out we've seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Finally, he's been playing a little bit deeper the later matches.
Nice first time touch by Borelli. Another Locomotive throw. Here is Gomez. Maris. Richie Ryan through. Touched by Calvillo, but couldn't get squared to it. He was well defended by Barbier as well. But what a thought by the Irishman.
Good thought by Richie Ryan. Just slip it through. Hope the teammate can get onto it, and there's just kind of traffic in there, and not a lot of distance for the keeper to make a reaction if you can get a touch on that.
John Hutchinson has to like this better spell of possession. Locomotive leading the league in pass completions, 85%. That is a clear percentage point better than Tampa Bay. Which at this point in the season is just amazing.
Right.
66% possession for Locomotive this season, and another foul.
That is. But we're going to come back to, it comes down to creating a chance and making the most of it. And so I like the chances that Locomotive is creating in that attacking third, but nobody is pulling the trigger. They have to. Somebody has to take that responsibility.
Here's Lucho, the through. Lucho chips it is in. Lucho, welcome back to El Paso. All that man needs is a slice of the foot. And Locomotive is level in the 31st.
He isn't against being an assist maker, but he loves to get that ball, be in the right place, and get it in the back of the net.
Lucho giveth and Lucho taketh away. Ooh. This time he giveth.
And he had that man marking him, but he's just that touch. Just messes up the keeper and the defender and pulls off a nice little goal to even things here. Okay, folks.
That is incredible. And he opens his Locomotive account for this season. You talk about Aron Gomez scoring every 2.5 games. There last season, Lucho once every other match. See if we can catch another couple of angles on this one. What a sweet delivery. Lucho, that's all you need. And again, Richie Ryan seeing eyeballs from the middle.
And I like those direct balls. Find somebody who is in a dangerous attacking position and make them take that chance.
Let's take a look at this. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe.
And that is a tough ball to just bring down, and he makes it look like it's so easy.
He didn't even look like it was, he thought it was going to go in until it did. Benny Diaz absolutely wrong-footed. The Argentine in his first match back in weeks pulls Locomotive level. Speaking of roots, Lucho's letting him show a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Bleach blonde Lucho. And this is okay. They evened it up, This is when the Locomotive has got to continue to keep creating the chances and putting them on goal. Pulling the trigger, having somebody say, I'm going to take that responsibility and get a shot.
Well, they've certainly grown into the match so far, and dangerous opportunity. Aaron Gomez again. Here's Maris. Gomez keeps the pass from coming out. Richie Ryan, that's deflected. Locomotive with a throw. Borelli to a space. Well dealt with by Fuenmayor. Here's Richie Ryan. That is spectacular and wonderful to see Lucho, especially after the awkward header. Roots on the counter. Let's see what develops here. Work by Nane up the left wing. There's Formella. They get wide, which is what they want. Asokar. Asokar plays it back. That's kind of scraped. An easy grab for Newton. But a special goal, and you have to think the Locomotive bench was loving life. Rachel, how was it down there?
Yeah, alive to say the least. Talk about bouncing back. I mean, when you see the other team score a goal, the first thing Coach Hutchinson is thinking is that he wants to see the Locos put one in the back of the net themselves. I tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen a ball take longer to get into the back of the net once it left the foot. It was an age out here, everyone on the bench holding their breath, and then once it finally hit the back of the net, hugs and cheers all around. Lucho obviously out the last couple of weeks, but what a welcome return he is here tonight.
Richie Ryan has been dangerous distributing from the middle. To Maris, who's going to have a go. Looking for that far post. Kind of skips a little bit off the turf and wide.
I think that all started, I think, with Foxy playing it out to Zacharias. Ooh, look at that shot, just wide. Same thing on frame, but I like the idea to get that shot. But that whole play started, Foxy played it to Zacharias, brought it down with a beautiful touch, and then they get it to Richie Ryan, who's just been distributing these attacking opportunities left and right. And we got Maris, goes ahead and says, okay, I am going to pull the trigger. They can keep getting him the ball. He's kind of ripe for some of those shooting chances. And then once they draw on him, that opens up Lucho again.
Gomez roaming that left side. Maris over the top. Zacharias will get there. Gomez can't control, and here's Enriquez. Carlson.
Yeah. So when you're a defender and there's that pass and you just can't get to it, boy, is that frustrating.
Speaking of that goal, Rachel was talking about, everybody was just on pins and needles because it just trickled in, but Diaz was already beat. He turns around and just has to watch it roll in. That's got to be frustrating as heck.
Oh, yes. But you feel like, okay, I'm going as fast as I can, but, you know.
The ball's faster.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That is why you shouldn't dribble the whole time, because the ball is faster than dribbling.
Faster than your
or
feet.
Running, yeah.
Sprayed wide by Diaz. Fuenmayor into the middle. That'll be a foul. Hernandez draws the contact. Dylan Maris tried a little square dancing move. A little do-si-do. Didn't work out. Into the middle, Carlson.
Gomez creates so many chances of just like pressure and turnovers that sometimes doesn't even get acknowledged, because he's like a workhorse out there, not just on attacking, but he creates turnovers with his defense.
Nane's going to get the caution. Referee Mark Allerton waiting until he turned around to face him. And you knew the card was coming out. Zacharias, definitely a professional foul that he earned for Locomotive, and the free kick forthcoming. 38th minute caution issued to Joseph Nane, the Cameroonian. Locomotive, a chance at another restart. Galrillo and Ryan back there. It'll be the El Salvadoran international to the far post. They see what they're trying to do. Have Fox set it up with a head, which he's proven he can do.
Yes.
But Oakland certainly wise to that.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to draw attention after his performance in the last home match.
It's well done on the throw-in. Zacarias, Borelli pings one in and up over the back. Maris tried to get that, missed on the bike. That would have been spectacular. Lucho. Off Azokar's head, trying to control it, will bounce to Lucho instead. Crossing, can't find Maris. Ryan. The Irishman's feeling it tonight. One times, flicks. Gomez again, tenacious. Gomez taken down at the edge. No call. There will be a call here on Maris. Gallatin draws the ire of Locomotive's fans tonight. But if the first foul wasn't a foul, the second one certainly was.
The first one was not called a foul.
Correct. Correct. Up top it comes. Here's Carlson. Now running to try and get there. Not able to steam away in time as Azokar. And a goal kick, and Newton's going to play it back to Borelli fast. The reigning champs race their way back to the Midwest to face the new look Indy 11. USL on ESPN continues. Don't miss Indy 11. Take on Orange County SC. That's Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time on ESPN Deportes. Well, Eighth Knot certainly getting things going here tonight.
Oh yeah.
And Rachel Phillips is there to hear it all. Rachel, how's the noise level down there?
It is loud in here tonight. We can always count on the Eighth Notch and the Locos fans to get behind this team. And tonight it could prove even more important considering Oakland have not won a away game yet this season. Obviously they have a pretty nice record here considering they beat the Locos in that playoff game last season. But the crowd is loud tonight. Something Hutch said during the week can get a little frustrating during the games when he's trying to yell out to his players. But considering the circumstances, I think he's happy nonetheless that he's got a pretty loud and vocal crowd behind his guys tonight.
Another quick restart for Newton. Locomotive certainly trying to press the issue. Richie Ryan sprays one. Easy grab for the us in the end. But in terms of what we're seeing tonight so far for Locomotive, you have to be impressed with their tenaciousness, trying to win the ball back. If it wasn't for just an errant clearance off the head of Lucho, straight into the waiting path of Formella, it could be 1-0 Locomotive SC or FC instead of 1-1. And it's been impressive to watch defensively tonight.
Yeah, Locomotive has been well organized, and when they are putting pressure, they're reading how their own guy pressuring and what he's trying to force him to do, trying to make it predictable. That is all. We always like to say a tie is a win for the defense in a challenge, because sometimes a guy will make his own mistake. You know, you don't even have to go in and win it in a tackle, but if you're pressuring, sometimes then the second man might get it because that ball goes a step away. So the Locomotive has really shown a lot different defense than they had in earlier matches.
Trying to leave that. Brockbank does get a foot to it, but Roots SC will come away with that possession. I think impressively, Carlson has had a few touches tonight, but he's been the link up. He hasn't been the end product.
Right.
Certainly they want him on the end of these crosses Again, Asoka, well done. Sprayed out by Zacarias, gets in front of that from Formella.
And Locomotive, they've seen the ball, when that ball's breaking the flank, they are getting numbers to have a man marker on him, as well as an additional, couple guys to get balls wherever they are in the box. So that's what they need to do, because if it's matched up 1v1 or gets open, we saw earlier they got a few chances on goal, including a goal, and they know how to put them and make them dangerous if they're the first to it or unmarked.
John Hutchinson in his first year here in El Paso. Not his first go-round in the USL Championship as a head coach. Filled that role for Tacoma Defiance. Good skip by Gomez to evade the pressure. Gomez taken down. Penalty is the call. Leaning in to stop that was Fuenmayor. And just bowled Gomez over. Fuenmayor comes up looking for the referee because he knew the whistle was blown.
That was Gomez took the ball, attacked towards that box, and it was his space to keep. Defender kind of cuts him off in that space, and he had the right to that ball. And in the box, you gotta be a little bit more careful.
It will be Gomez as we enter the 45th minute.
As a defender, that's just where you got to kind of take the risk. Pull up, and maybe he'll get a shot, or there might be somebody that come over. But in this case, Gomez took it hard and earned this penalty kick.
Locomotive's all-time leading goal scorer to give El Paso the lead here in stoppage time. Off the post and out. And it's a foul on Locomotive. Disappointment, the second penalty missed for Locomotive this season. Trying to find that tight space at the far post.
Yeah.
And rings the left side.
And that he had the keeper beat if it was just into the net. But that post, just like at our end when at the Oakland Roots, they had that post save. That is uncharacteristic of Gomez.
Well.
But you know what?
He certainly earned the opportunity to take it.
Oh, he absolutely did.
2
and
minutes
now
of
he's going to
stoppage
be
time.
in a place mentally that he's like, okay, I
gotta make something happen.
Make something happen, exactly.
Well, it worked for Lucho, didn't it?
It did, it did.
And so, Locomotive on the verge of going up 2-1 before the half. Do they have something else left as we are into the final minute of stoppage time? Zacarias is going to run this down. Well done. Calvillo. Gomez again. That's taken off. It'll be a throw-in. Well done along the byline, Emra Clementa. Brockbank taken down. It rolls over. Goal kick.
And it's situations like a missed penalty kick that, you say, okay, what's going to be your response? Are you going to stay tough and continue to attack and stay organized on defense? Where the other team, sometimes that gives them an extra, some more wind in their sails. And, their eyes get wide. Let me attack and take that chance. So this is kind of, we're getting into almost halftime, and Locomotive really needs to stay focused.
And that will be the halftime whistle blown by Mark Allerton, tied at 1. Locomotive FC has come back to tie it. Lucho Solignac, the man of the hour. As El Paso Locomotive FC, with some work to do at the half, but certainly doing the work on the pitch as the game has worn on. That's where we stand. We'll come back, have a look at league news, scores, stats, and highlights. Plenty more coming your way. The GECU Halftime Show is next.
Introducing the Casa Pre-Owned Advantage at Casa Buick GMC. It's the advantage of a bigger selection with over 700 vehicles to choose from. It's the advantage of easy financing to get you approved, along with a 6-month, 6,000-mile limited warranty included with every vehicle. It's the advantage of our 7-day cashback promise so you can shop with ease. Casa Buick GMC is more than just great new vehicles. Discover the Casa Pre-Owned Advantage today when you shop from hundreds of quality used cars at Casa Buick GMC. Introducing the Casa Pre-Owned Advantage at Casa Ford. It's the advantage of a bigger selection with over 700 vehicles to choose from. It's the advantage of easy financing to get you approved, along with a 6-month, 6,000-mile limited warranty included with every vehicle. It's the advantage of our 7-day cashback promise so you can shop with ease. Casa Ford is much more than just great new vehicles. Discover the Casa Pre-Owned Advantage today when you shop from hundreds of quality used cars at Casa Ford.
This is what it takes. The compassion of farmers milking our healthy cows. The expertise of workers processing our nutritious dairy products. The commitment of drivers transporting our products to your local vendor. Our desire to deliver fresh, pure, and energizing milk and milk products. Sarah Farms, from cow to customer in 24 hours.
Welcome to Dr. G Cosmetic Surgery and Med Spa. Our new state-of-the-art facility is ready to help you achieve your new you. For a limited time, Botox, $9 a unit. Juvederm lip filler, only $450. Schedule your consultation today. It's your body, only better. Come see me, Dr. G. I make sexy bodies.
Welcome to the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Welcome back. It's downtown El Paso, Texas. Locomotive FC tied with Oakland Roots SC at 1 apiece. Welcome to the GECU Halftime Show. Duke Keith along with Heidi Moch as we see the Plaza Hotel, renovated plaza here downtown. A beautiful evening. A little breezy for soccer, but 1-1 is our score. Let's check other league scores from Week 6. Rising FC over New Mexico United. 1-0 is the score. How about Louisville City? 5-2 all over San Diego Loyal. Orange County SC 1-1 with Sacramento Republic. And LA Galaxy 2. Los Dos 3. Monterey Bay Union 1. As we check the league storylines tonight. USL Championship now on eFootball. The league is partnered with Konami to feature USL Championship on eFootball video game platform. It can be downloaded for free, available on PlayStation, Xbox, and on Windows. And how about the USL Championship in the Open Cup? San Antonio over Austin, Detroit City, absolutely huge over Columbus Crew. They win it both by the scores of 2-1. Also, Union Omaha advancing over MLS's Chicago Fire after a penalty kick shootout. The championship comporting itself quite well against the top levels, and that is both the championship and League One. And the W League kicks off on May 6th. First match of the inaugural season is right around the corner. Kings Hammer takes on Indy 11. That's May 6th. The total of 43 teams competing in 7 divisions. That's where we stand right here as we take a look at downtown El Paso. Locomotive FC 1, Oakland Roots 1. Back in a minute with more of the GECU Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. Great view of downtown El Paso. The score right now is El Paso 1, Oakland Roots 1. Tonight we want to look at the goal to open up Argentine striker Lucho opened up his 2022 season scoring here. The great ball from Richie Ryan. Lucho fighting with his defender to get to it. Gets that great little touchdown, and then a second touch too quick to be handled by the defender, knocks off of him, and the keeper just cannot get it right into the net. That is what you get from our second season with El Paso striker, who just is the reigning Locomotive MVP, attacker of the year, and you know, what else can you look for? I mean, he's just dangerous. He's got three defenders and the goalkeeper, and he just makes things happen. So right now in this game, as we said, we have El Paso 1, Oakland Roots 1.
Ready for the next step in your truck driving career? Arrivas Enterprises Incorporated is ready for you. We offer outstanding opportunities in the transportation industry. We offer smiles, flexibility, and an unmatched benefit package for you and your family. Call us today.
Success never comes easy. It takes hard work, a sense of purpose, and dedication. At El Paso Paint Kings, we always do what it takes to make sure our customers are completely satisfied. By carefully inspecting your home from the foundation to the roof, we'll know exactly what needs to be done. And right now, take advantage of our complete home painting special, starting as low as $34.99.
For your next paint project, go with the proven winner. Call El Paso Paint Kings right now.
Hey, Junior, watch where you're going.
These Kias are so cool and the price is so great.
Whoa, that price almost hit me.
Get a 2022 Kia Soul with 1.9% financing.
The all-new, all-electric EV6 is here. Come see it at Casa Kia today.
And with Kia Express Checkout, custom order the exact vehicle you want online. Have it delivered to Casa Kia or direct to your door.
Our Casa es su casa, here at Casa Kia.
We understand medical emergencies don't stop during a pandemic. Our private patient rooms feature HEPA-filtered, sterilized air circulation. So when a medical emergency happens,
feel confident about coming to Sun City ER.
You have enough to worry about these days. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Because medical emergencies can't wait.
El Paso's only privately owned emergency room. 2 locations to serve you. On the east side at Joe Battle and Edgemere, and on the west at I-10 and Red Road.
Ready for the next step in your truck driving career? Arrivas Enterprises Incorporated is ready for you. We offer outstanding opportunities in the transportation industry. We offer smiles, flexibility, and an unmatched benefit package for you and your family. Call us today.
Welcome back, everybody. El Paso, Texas, downtown El Paso at night. It's a beautiful sight. Locomotive FC on the board, 1-1, tied with Oakland Roots. Duke Keith, Heidi Mocha with you as we take a look at our first half statistics here in the GESU halftime report. Tied at 1, 7 shots for Locomotive to 5 for Roots. The on target 3. Evan Newton has been pretty solid. Passing accuracy, even better in the first half for Locomotive than their season average. It's been impressive to watch Locomotive with the ball.
Yeah, Locomotive has been patient, but they've had pace with their possession, getting it forward. Now what we've already talked about is we need someone to take the responsibility when they get in a dangerous opportunity, a situation, to put that shot and put that shot on target. Because look at that shot accuracy. I mean, that is just not, it's going to be challenging to win matches if you cannot improve that.
Well, and Aron Gomez has been that guy so far for Locomotive. Of course, Lucho Solik not scoring the goal. Heidi?
And before we go to break, let's take a look at the Hospitals of Providence employee highlight. Tonight we feature Roger Carr from the Sierra campus and specialty campus. Roger is the nursing director of perioperative services and is committed to ensuring patients and the community receive high-quality surgical care. Thank you, Roger, for the difference you make, and a big thank you to all healthcare workers.
Tied at 1 here at the break. Back with the second half on the other side when we continue. You're watching Locomotive Soccer.
Thank you for watching the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
You're not just a mom, you're a superhero and a storybook actress.
Because she was a brave little girl.
You're enjoying the moments that will last a lifetime, thanks to Dr. Emmanuel Inekwe at Arteries and Veins. No sitting on the sidelines, no covering up varicose veins. It's time to be free from the pain and embarrassment of varicose veins. Set up a free screening today at an Arteries and Veins clinic near you. Stop waiting and start living.
Success is in your hands, and Southwest University is the place to accomplish it. Enroll by May 10th to start your career in the nursing, imaging, allied health, or business fields. We accept transfer credits, helping you to obtain your degree faster. The time for you is now. Call today at 915-778-4001 and enroll now at Southwest University. Last day to enroll is May 10th. For more information, visit us at southwestuniversity.edu. Southwest University makes you happen.
We understand medical emergencies don't stop during a pandemic. Our private patient rooms feature HEPA-filtered, sterilized air circulation. So when a medical emergency happens,
Feel confident about coming to Sun City ER.
you have enough to worry about these days. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Because medical emergencies can't wait.
El Paso's only privately owned emergency room. 2 locations to serve you. On the east side at Joe Battle and Edgemere, and on the west at I-10 and Red Road.
Presentando el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage en Casa Buick GMC. Tenemos la ventaja de tener una gran selección de autos con más de 700 vehículos para elegir. Es la ventaja de financiamiento fácil, es obtener la aprobación, junto con una garantía limitada de 6 meses, 6,000 millas, incluyendo con cada vehículo. Es la ventaja de nuestra promesa de cashback por 7 días para que compres a gusto fácilmente. Descubre Casa Pre-Owned Advantage hoy y elige entre cientos de autos usados de calidad en Casa Buick GMC.
Welcome back, everybody, as we take a look at our first half highlights. Duke Keith Heidi Mocha with you. Good work by Evan Newton. Snacks that cross from Edgardo Rito. Locomotive nifty flicks, finding the side netting. That's Andrew Fox. That's off a corner kick. And this, a misclearance by Lucho, straight into the waiting path of Formella. First times it in, side netting. Well, top netting, actually. Either way, it's in the back of the net. And then Locomotive hitting the post on one side. But that through ball from Richie Ryan. Partial deflection looks like off of Barbier. It's into the back of the net. Lucho scores in his return. So quite the half for Lucho Soliknak on both ends of the field. And the missed penalty by Josue Aron Gomez. Aron beat the keeper, had the right thought, just found the post.
Right, and then that's why, so after hit the post, the player that took the penalty kick is not the player that can touch it next.
So we send it down to Rachel Phillips, pitch side for more on the thoughts of John Hutchinson entering the second half. Rachel?
Yeah, Duke and Heidi. Hutch was pretty disappointed in the goal that they gave up. They said it was a key set play that they've been working hard to stop during the week and just weren't able to kind of put on the finishing touches and stop one from getting into the back of the net. But he said he's been really impressed with the character that the team showed to get back into the game and put their own goal in the back of the net. I also asked him about Sanupe, obviously an early exit from the game. He said it's disappointing, but he said they did have Zacharias who's come in and really take charge. I mean, he's been happy to see.
Thank you very much, Rachel, indeed. And Zacharias has been full value after having to come on in the very early going of this match.
Yeah, he stepped right in and he's been pressuring and also helping on the attack, getting the ball at his feet and holding off defensive players.
Lucho putting it to a spot, nobody in that spot. As we are back and underway here in half number 2. Rito. Locomotive earns the throw this time. And Eder Borelli, the man from Monterrey. 29 years old, has really found a place here with this Locomotive squad. We were talking in the pre-match about prior head coach Mark Lowry. Not really, you have to earn your stripes for Mark Lowry to trust you, and it sometimes takes a while. Took a while for Aron Gomez, took a while for Eder Borelli, but once they were on the pitch and proved what they could do, they've been staples ever since.
Exactly.
Locomotive starting off with more early possession. Fox the only man on the other side of the half until there. Yuma and Foxy. Fox has been wing, he's played forward, he's played fullback, and now at center back with Yuma. Both of these as center backs, that's not their natural position. Yuma's a number 6 and Fox a wing, and he's played a forward in his collegiate career. But they've done a remarkable job.
Yeah, I mean, it's about, organizing, communicating, and leadership.
Gomez to Maris to Borelli. Couldn't sling that one in the way he wanted to.
No, nice ball out to Borelli, but that service across was just too close to the goalkeeper. It needs to just pull it out just a little bit, so then the keeper's in what we like to call that no man's land. You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, And that's hard for defenders to handle, and great for strikers or anybody even running in late if the ball can kind of bounce around.
You see John Hutchinson coming to El Paso from overseas. Japan's J-League 1, Australia's A-League. Started his coaching career with the Central Coast Mariners. With Celtic manager Dom Postecoglou as his mentor. Postecoglou, you want to talk about a turnaround for Celtic in the Scottish Premier League. Night and day from where they were prior last season, with the Rangers running wild under Steven Gerrard at the time before his move to Aston Villa. But Celtic has once again turned the tide to the green and white. Solid moves by Rito, but well dealt with by Fox in the end.
I like how Fox has been able to not allow those to go over the end line for corners, at least forcing them into a throw-in situation.
Enriquez, Oakland does like to serve it in from wide. They do here. Easy grab in the end for Newton.
And Newton read that all the way, saw that coming. I'm sure that's, as we've already said, they like to play it from the flank into the box, and he was kind of knew that was coming. Played it well.
Richie Ryan evading Carlson. Hey, Yuma. And we've talked about Carlson not being on the end of that service in from the wings, and that is a major win for Locomotive's defense.
Absolutely.
He's touched the ball a couple of times in link-up play, but nowhere in those dangerous spots to this point in the match.
Yeah, and he's been their leading goal scorer with 4 goals so far this season.
Brockbank shifting it back. Gomez, it's bowled over. Looks like he scuffed the ball at first and had to slow down, and Rito barrels into it. Richie Ryan. Good work by Carlson here. Nowhere to go for Roots SC. Of course, 1-0 winners over El Paso in the playoffs. A surprising first-round exit for a team that was just burning up the Mountain Division last season.
But the Roots had been in like a do-or-die situation for, I think, their 4 games leading up to that. So they were...
There's something to be said about
that momentum.
Having that momentum and being mentally prepared.
Right, do or die.
To be in a battle. Here's Fox. Gomez, and here's Maris. Looking to find Zacarias up the pitch. Pressure.
Brockbank had to keep going back, because otherwise he could have potentially in an offsides position there.
Yuma and Ryan combining. The Irishman and the Spaniard have been staples. There's defensive midfielders at that back line. Zacarias getting into a war of words with Juan Carlos Azocar.
That is a contact that I was a little surprised the ref might not have called, because there wasn't really advantage, I would say, but that was a little bit of a late contact.
Rito will be called for the contact here on Aaron Gomez. And Ed Borelli bending Mark Allerton's ear. Gestures of frustration all around, and a little talking from Mark Allerton to Jose Hernandez.
Right now it's going to come down to who is going to take advantage of the opportunities that they've created. That's what we need to see here. And this is the favored end right in front of 8th notch, right?
Indeed.
They don't really mind scoring on either end, but it's a little more exciting, right in front of everybody.
So Maris and Ryan, in-swinger or out-swinger, we'll see. Looks to be Maris. In-swinger. Too far in. Easy grab for Benedias.
Good read there.
Clearance indeed. Well read by Calvillo. Zacarias can't control. Good turn by Nani. Nani.
Gomez is everywhere defensively in that attacking third and into like the transition to the middle third.
But this time commits the foul, not Pruitt. Richie Ryan is saying, well, how could that be a foul? How could that be a foul on 7? Mark Allerton points the Roots' way.
Gomez has drawn. Maybe he's collecting too many.
Possibly. You just can't be everywhere drawing all the fouls, says Mark Allerton. Pressure here by Lucho. Barbier, the man in the restart, interesting. Born to a Cuban mother and a Romanian father, but grew up in Pennsylvania. For so many, the roots of the game go back to parents or possibly grandparents who come from places other than the United States. It's awkward, but nothing comes of it. Brockbank taking the service from Newton. Azocar was there, could not control.
And that's where I'm okay with Newton playing a ball. Give Lucho a chance. Lucho or Gomez up top. Play it long. Let's see them on a foot race. Then Oakland can't be so confident pushing so high up and putting numbers and pressure on the Locomotive defense.
Azocar, well done. Here's Carlson. Great stab in by Yuma. Ryan out to Borelli. Locomotive looking for a little room. Gomez again. Can't control this time. Calvillo flashes out. Enriquez getting tied up with Calvillo. And Locomotive is on the run. Here's Maris. Sidesteps at Calvillo. Chips it. Not on target. Looking for Gomez. Wants to run this one down again. But well done by Fuenmayor, who wins the throw.
I like how Borelli stepped up there and kept that ball down in this in Oakland's end. And now this is where if you're out there on the pitch and you're Locomotive, you say lock it in, keep them in this end.
Don't miss a second of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch every second of every USL Championship match on ESPN Plus, the home to USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and plenty more. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Plus.espn.com. We need to get that website correct. It is a wonderful value. Soccer from all corners of the globe, including his John Hutchinson.
And see, they're pushing up, and that's
We have a number of Locomotive players warming up on the pitch, and you have to think it's been pretty end-to-end here in the first half. Who will Locomotive bring in? To that effect, let's talk to Rachel. Who might we see coming up here in a little bit, Rachel?
Well, Ducati, all the guys out here behind me warming up. Expect to see probably Francois or Nick Hines come on for Gomez there and take control in that corner heading into thing. But you can see the guys warming up behind me. Hutch actually said that at the moment, this is the best he's seen the team look in a long time in terms of consistency and principles of football and fitness. He says some guys are now at the end of their preseason, 6 weeks into the comp, which is giving him tons of options and competition in vying for these spots on the field.
Of course, Diego Luna, the only healthy scratch tonight before Sinupe's injury. We hope to learn more about that and hope that Manuel Sinupe is well. Early substitution out. Luna, of course, red carded at the end of Locomotive's frustrating loss to San Antonio FC. But again, 1-0 to a team on the roll San Antonio FC is. Shows the defensive improvements this team has made, and that was the biggest issue. Let's be honest about it.
Right, absolutely, and that I think that's the first match that the Locomotive have not scored a goal in. So,
correct.
You know, it's the defensive end is coming together, and we know that they've got some talent on the offensive side. So, but playing road games is hard. It is. You can ask it across the board. Everyone says getting wins on the road is something that, you know.
Good takeaway by Enriquez here. Carlson couldn't get that back under it to send that one across, and a goal kick for Evan Newton.
But if the Locomotive can start to have play defensively like that and on the road, then I'm confident that they're going to put the goals in the back of the net as well.
Well, and especially in something as far-flung as the championship. Of course, Locomotive's next match is at Loudoun United in Virginia. Good pressure by Lucho.
Lucho is just close enough for the goalkeeper to say, I'm not going to go pick that thing up. That was a smart heads-up move.
Andrew Fox can't square it with Maris. Good work again. Enriquez has done well up that right wing. Springs Rito. Rito getting a chip on that. Is Fox. It'll be a corner. Roots finding some challenges and successful challenges at that up that right wing.
Yeah, they have been able to kind of transition into offense.
Enriquez, Carlson, that is the service they were looking for. It's over the bar. Just that quick, the short corner.
But the last couple of minutes, Oakland has won the ball defensively and then transitioned to the attack, and then
Carlson did not miss by much. But shots on target. Plaguing Roots this time. Brockbank, Zacarias. Of course, Memo Diaz, a part of the 18-man roster, former Locomotive player and a native of Gadsden, New Mexico. Bounced in, Brockbank trying to link up with Zacarias. Goes wide, it'll be a Locomotive throw. But Locomotive, intricate passing. They seem to be finding their way through.
yeah, centrally just right kind of at top of that box. They're putting themselves in a dangerous
Maris.
spot.
Speaking of danger, anything near 20 yards, that's going to be offside. Flag goes up on Eder Borelli. And a free kick coming for Roots. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 5 Mountain, plus your live matches from the USL, Major League Soccer, the Premier League in England, and plenty more, all on Sirius XM FC, channel 157, and the Sirius XM app. It's kept you company on more than a few cross-country trips, hasn't it?
I have some, even just windshield time coming to and from Las Cruces to call these games with you.
True enough. Channel 157.
Good matches and some interviews. And
Locomotive continuing to possess the ball. Good thought by Fox. Gomez. Well done by Maris to win it back. Brockbank gets the better of lifting it across, goes back to Yuma. To Maris, chipped over. Gomez trying to run it down, Rito will. It's a touch, goes over the byline. Corner kick is the call. Well done again. Oh, Aaron Gomez. We talk about him being the all-time leading goal scorer. His work at both ends of the pitch, just to protect the ball, to win the ball back. It's amazing.
It is.
And here's the service. Eric Calvillo, in swinger. Pops down, Brockbank off the top of the net. Just kind of rolled up off the top of his forehead. And a golden opportunity goes wanting for Locomotive.
See it on the other end, and now back at Locomotive.
Brockbank coming to Locomotive FC from Bolton.
Yeah, it skips across, and just the Oakland player just misses it. Those balls are hard because it's moving up, and so all your momentum when you head it is up, so it's really hard to get over it. Same with how it can be for volleys.
Locomotive wins possession again. We're seeing El Paso's usual passing clinic, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
When they have possession, but as you point out, it's that last ball in.
Having that urgency and being the one to take the responsibility to get that shot on target.
Well, that's what you want to see. Somebody like a Diego Luna kind of missed in these situations because that young man wants the ball, wants to shoot the ball.
Oh, yes, that is. He's hungry for that. That is not even a question. Is he going to take a shot?
Well done by Rito. Gomez thought he got the deflection. It will be an Oakland throw.
And with Diego, Diego makes space that you thought none existed, and now that little acceleration, boom, he has a scoring chance to take a shot. So
we'll see here. Again, Enriquez. Well done. Evades the slide tackle by Borelli. Draws the double team to Rito. Rito sliding one over. Well done by Newton to the feet of Carlson, who can score with his feet. But Newton was there to pluck it off his toes. Evan Newton, the USL Championship's all-time leader in clean sheets with 51, earning his first in Locomotive's last home match 2 weeks ago versus Monterey Bay.
And tonight, the defense is helping him. When they're marking up on men, it makes a world of difference because then you just can play as a goalkeeper. You're not playing as a field player where your numbers up against you.
We're hearing Sebastian Velasquez is about ready to make his return to the Locomotive lineup, and that is a welcome sight. We will see what we will see. Into the 66th minute we go. The pressure by Lucho. Ooh, that's a high knee. But it's a foul on Richie Ryan. Formella, who has the goal for Oakland. Azocar. Barbier. A spell of possession here for Roots. You can see their high line. Enriquez draws the contact from Yuma. Wants a card, and we may see that substitution. Indeed, we will. It will be Sebastian Velasquez returning to the pitch for Eric Calvillo, who's put in a shift tonight. Rachel Phillips with more. Rachel?
Yeah, Duke, obviously last time we saw Velasquez was round 1 of this season. Went out with an injury during the early portions of the game, but back on the field now, and a very welcome cheer from the crowd here. Another guy you're about to see come on pretty soon will be Chapa. He just chucked on the jersey not moments ago, but we look at Sebastian Velasquez, obviously a big moment for him playing out here tonight. This is actually the first time his mum has ever seen him play in the US. She's now here, staying in the US and living with Sebastian permanently. So a big moment for him and a big moment here for El Paso as he gets in and tries to make an impact right away.
Nice touch. Leaves it off for Maris. Speaking of, Velasquez, Maris, chipped back Gomez, and well done, Azoka. But a feathery first touch on his, literally the first touch of the match, first touch in weeks for Sebastian Velasquez.
Classic
Long ball out of the back
Velasquez.
from Newton. Maris trying to get there. Fuenmayor will. Borelli not afraid to slide in. And here is Enriquez to Carlson. Makes one man miss, makes another miss. But sprays this one wide. And goal kick coming. But wonderful to see Velasquez back. Player who can just swallow up space, bring players along, open things up for everyone else. And as we saw, has that silky touch. Settled so nicely. Zacarias missed on that one. The man from Medellin making his return to Locomotive FC after helping El Paso into the Western Conference Finals in Locomotive's inaugural season. Played overseas in Israel. Gomez taken down roughly by Enriquez, and that's going to draw a yellow card. A professional foul by Enriquez, who knew what was coming if he didn't get in. '69th minute yellow issued to Jesus Enriquez, who has done a great bit of work tonight for Roots SC. 24-year-old from East Palo Alto, California. Again on loan from Cholos, Club Tijuana and Liga MX. Gomez. A slow roller, Velasquez taken to task by Nane. And that allows Carlson to chug up the middle. And Yuma intervenes. It will be a corner kick for Locomotive as Yuma takes down Carlson at the edge. He's saying it deflected off of Carlson. Carlson slow to get up.
Oh, here, let's see. It looked like he slid and got the ball, and then...
He certainly did.
Oh, it didn't. He didn't touch it. It was Carlson that got the touch. But
Wow.
under pressure, it was... Did you see that? Could you see that as well on that angle? So Yuma did not touch that ball.
Nonetheless, it is a corner kick. Outswinger to the far post. Foul in the box. Climbing the ladder to get a piece of that was Formella, but takes down Maris in the process.
But that play Foxy made, I was thinking that's a dangerous ball to be playing. And then sure enough, Oakland took it, and Yuma did a great job to come back and put pressure on that ball so that Carlson's shot was off target.
Ryan, Lucho. The Argentine. Pocket picked by Enriquez. Loose up that wing. Long cross to no one.
And you see Carlson pressuring him from Oakland's left side because he knows Newton wants to play that with his right foot, hoping, maybe it'll just be a missed pass or an errant.
You never know.
Poke.
You got to be opportunistic, don't you?
That is
kind of a striker's role.
That's a heads-up pressuring decision by him.
Man on loan from Venezia in Serie A. Tar Carlson. Throw in here coming for Harry Brockbank and Locomotive FC. Trying to find their way through. Locomotive has dominated possession. They've dominated the passing. Roots SC has started to find their way into this match a little more here in half number 2, but
yeah, Locomotive has not found the feet of Richie like they did in that first half. And if they can, then he could help be the one to get Vela involved, and then he can kind of mix it up with the other Locomotive folks.
That was a handball on Maris. Fuenmayor chested down by Yuma. Little spring Zacarias.
Yeah, he didn't really have anybody with him in front and not really to the side, so that was a good look to go back.
Borelli cross. You could tell Lucho wanted all of that. To Velasquez, has it go! Tipped wide. Lucho tipped again. Benny Diaz keeping this one notched at 1. Velasquez spotted him off his line.
That strike was awesome.
Going to work.
Lucho just wanted to take that deflection and put it back on target.
2 great saves, though, by Diaz. Fox, Zacarias. The Las Cruces native trying to turn and brought down by Nane.
I like that little space. We talked about a little earlier that the Locomotive is finding right there at just that top of the box. Just a little bit quicker turn and pull the trigger. If we can get Vela the ball there, he'll have another chance.
Speaking of Locomotive, you can hear one. Diesel chugging away right behind Southwest University Park. As they do, these stands right in front of the railroad tracks that roll through downtown El Paso. And here's Ryan, the Irishman. Hooks it away from Enriquez.
I wish that referee did not have a yellow shirt on, to be honest, this entire match. I'm watching the game and I'm thinking, is that a Oakland players? I'm sure not just for the Locomotive is that sometimes deceptive. You see that flash yellow and you're like, oh, nope. It's on top, not on bottom. Well, it's on top, not on bottom. I get it, but
it is interesting.
That is.
Borelli, what a cross! Zacarias pleads his case that he was taken down, but no one's biting in yellow. Barbier was there. Good presence by the Atlanta, Georgia native. Eighth Notch doesn't like it, but
ball went out way back there, and they just let him go way up there.
Richie Ryan steps in. It's a Thiago-like pass from Richie Ryan to find Velasquez.
Not only does Velasquez have the technical ability, he has vision that other players don't have. When he gets that ball, he knows multiple options that he already has before he gets the ball. He's not receiving it and figuring out his options, or he doesn't have to just know one, he knows multiple. And that's something that, that he brings that a lot of other players just aren't at that same level.
Richie Ryan. I'm going to go. It's a left-footed curling shot by Maris that's blocked away. And an Oakland player is down. Emra Clemente took that one in the face. And they are quickly summoning the training staff for Oakland Roots SC. And it appears that's Ivan Villanera, the head trainer, trying the Pobrecito chance from 8th notch. But let's see this. Maris, what a move to turn it back to the left foot. Possibly catching Clementa on the left side of the head, but didn't look like much.
No, but
Head contact, you never know.
Sometimes if it'll hit like in the side of the head, especially in the temple, it can kind of ring your bell differently than. It's hard to tell where it hit him, but the temple area, it just kind of it doesn't even have to be a hard.
Really?
Knock, but.
Have you ever had one of those?
I have. I'm talking from experience.
More than once?
You shake it off, but you're going to have to step off the field. But hopefully you shake it off and keep playing.
Well, and that was...
But it definitely, you're like, that wasn't even that hard. Out.
Clementa, the team captain for Roots SC. And certainly with head contact, you're better safe than sorry. Right. Every time. Mark Ellerton, looks like it's going to be a dropped ball.
Well, Locomotive had possession but they stopped as it was potentially
a head injury.
Very dangerous. Could have been a very dangerous injury. So.
Here's Fox. In front of that is Hernandez. Well won, Locomotive. That was Maris, who calls for it back again from Yuma. As a step on Enriquez, through ball, Lucho. For as much as Locomotive has dominated this match, you would have to think the tie is just not going to be satisfying at all.
I would agree with you.
So Alejandro Fuenmayor will leave for Oakland now for Charlie Dennis here in minute 79. Fuenmayor giving way. We should point out Clementa back on the pitch for Oakland. As we hit the 80th minute, Locomotive 10 plus stoppage time to change the script. Formella the long throw and looking for Carlson, nodded out, but Enriquez will settle it off the head of Yuma. Rito. Well done by Borelli, but Rito will see it through. And that is going to be a foul. Borelli strike at Gomez. The caution is issued to Dylan Maris. Maris has just been shown a yellow card here in minute 81.
Locomotive has to, again, here's a set piece. They need to be committed to get on the end of this and challenge every ball into that box.
There's Carlson standing right in the middle, right on the spot. You know who they're looking for, I would think. Enriquez has delivered some quality service, whipped in from that wing today. Instead, it's an outswinger, or an in-swinger, rather.
Just overserved. Overserved a little bit.
Overcooked, and that was Johnny Rodriguez. who's just entered the match. So maybe not the sharpest of feet. Rodriguez just onto the pitch.
Ooh, that's a great ball by Ryan to see Maris there.
Wide open is Maris, coming at pace. Lifted over Gomez. Have to take a touch to settle. Back it comes. Maris. Velasquez. To Yuma. Fox. Far post. Block bank there, but so is Azocar. Velasquez can't settle. Good work by Clemente. Jose Hernandez.
That was a nice spell of possession for Locomotive with that nice idea to try to get it to Brockbank, but Oakland did a great job to recover and get a foot on that. There would have been a chance.
Up the middle. Now wide to the left, it's Azocar from Formella. Well done in front of that Zacarias.
And that's always a tough position as for whether you're a defender or just one of the players defending, because you saw the Oakland player knew he got into the box. So as a defender, you're like, okay, stay on my feet, stay on my feet. Don't reach and get in a position that you either foul them by mistake or feel like you have to foul because you got beaten. So that was great work by Locomotive.
Rachel, I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about Locomotive's bench, and it's got to be a bit frustrating at this point. They've had all sorts of spells of possession. What is the mood of John Hutchinson as we enter the final 7+ stoppage time?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of yelling and a lot of fist bumping into the back of the bench when those goals that we've seen the Locos come so close to scoring in tonight haven't come off. But when we talk about goals and opportunities, is this the kind of football Hutch wants to see these guys playing? When they needed a goal so desperately last week, he said they weren't forward wanting, they weren't quick passing, unlike right now in the final third of the game. They are pressing, they are pushing forward, and they are creating opportunities. It's just a matter of time until one of them comes off.
Certainly what the men in black and blue are hoping for tonight as we enter minute 85. Long ball out of the back. Lucho will run it down. The Argentine. Tamaris. Zacarias back to the net trying to turn. Slips it in. Lucho. Lucho! Stopped by Benny Diaz. Lucho has been oh so close tonight more than once. Good footwork by Benny Diaz, having to stab to his near post.
Yeah, Lucho forcing at least a save to be made on that strike. And good work by Locomotive to get in that dangerous place.
Formella slips one, looking. Not able to find the waiting chest of Charlie Dennis.
That's the thing. Once you're taking a shot from an angle, it essentially creates a smaller target because the angle is to the advantage of the defense or the keeper. So if Locomotive can take those shots when they create the opportunity more in front of the goal, unless it's across, that is going to be usually a higher success rate.
Yuma does well to skip that out of pressure, double teamed, and the Spaniard finds a way to get it out. But again, Oakland pressing, winning. Enriquez and Rito. Rito pings across in, it's wide of Newton, but also, importantly for Locomotive, wide of Carlson. Who appreciates the effort. But you can tell he's put in a shift tonight too. Really doesn't have a whole lot to show for it. Big man on loan from Venezia. Fox to head it out of trouble. Lucho. Can't gain any traction. Diaz to the middle where Ryan waits. Fox picks out a good pass to Maris. Borelli zips one over. Lifted out. Well done, Barbier. And here's Dennis. Formella to Hernandez. Enriquez. Nice moves to get the cross into the middle. Carlson says he was pulled down. The referee says play on. Velasquez takes a little bit from Jose Hernandez, but Locomotive keeping possession as we're into the 88th minute. Roots has done a better job pressing further up the pitch, and that has certainly negated what Locomotive has been throwing at them for much of the second half. Lost by Oakland. Locomotive throw. John Hutchinson talking things over with first assistant Dominic Casciato. His staff, Casciato, Gianluca Masucci, JC Garzon. That's going to be a yellow card here on Borelli. Pulls Enriquez down by the back. And Borelli earning the yellow card just as we move into the 89th minute. Well, Oakland has pressed the issue. They certainly don't seem willing. Well, I'm sure that they would settle for the point, but they don't seem content with that, I guess is what I'm saying. They have pushed forward.
They are not playing in a way that says they came to town to settle for a draw.
Human does well to scoop that away, back to Newton and away from Carlson. The Locomotive in front of the home crowd definitely does not want to walk out of here with a point. Bounces nicely for Gomez, trying to bring it down, taken away and pushed over for the corner. Well done by Roots SC and Rito. And substitution for El Paso. Nick Hines coming in, along with Chapa. And then Borelli will take a seat. Nick Hines coming in as we headed down to Rachel once again to tell us about the substitutions and what John Hutchinson might be looking for. Rachel?
Yeah, Duke, obviously Hines and Chapa coming in right now, looking to make an immediate impact in the last couple of minutes of the game. You remember when Hines came in against the Las Vegas Lights, he scored within a minute of being on the pitch. I'm sure Hutch and the rest of the Locos fans are hoping he can do the same right here again tonight.
Chapa taking the place of Dylan Maris as well. So Nick Hines on for some offense, Chap Herrera on for some defense, and there will be 3 minutes of stoppage time. Does either one of these teams have a breakthrough? Locomotive throw. As there we see the native El Pasoan, Chapa. Nice ball to find Richie Ryan. Yuma. Lucho to the wing. Brockbank. It's deflected. Corner kick. Asokar stands in front. Brockbank frustrated with himself that he wasn't able to push that one up and over. And here's Ryan. In stoppage time, does Locomotive have an answer? The Irishman ready to test it with an in-swinger. Bounced out by Carlson. One time by Chapa to Velasquez, pulls it back and pulls it up and over. Wanted to send it to that left foot, but can't push it on frame. And for Roots SC, Johnny Rodriguez will come on to replace Darius Formella. The goal scorer leaving in stoppage time for the Fresno native, Johnny Rodriguez. Velasquez coming out of that a little the worse for wear, it appears, but that was the opportunity right there, wasn't it?
I think so.
Into the final minute of stoppage time, and now Velasquez is down.
Yeah, he kind of pulled up a little bit on the shot. Like he could feel it again.
Texas Tech nod to the dock, Ricardo Ruiz. Want to take a look at the Colombian. Grabbing the back of that right knee. It's been injury problems that have beset the 31-year-old from Medellin. Eighth notch. Waiting for something to celebrate on their end. Velasquez will stretch it out. The goal kick coming from Diaz. Velasquez's injury might give us a few extra seconds, but we are past the 3 minutes added. And that is a dangerous free kick coming for Roots. As Chapa takes down Azocar. And now Oakland with an opportunity to snatch one at the death. This might be the last kick of the match. Azocar and Enriquez. Azocar lifted out by Lucho. Azocar again will spray it wide to Enriquez. We play on. Enriquez. Yuma gets a piece. Enriquez loses it behind. Taken into the corner. Forced it, but got it to Dennis. Now taken by El Paso. And with the Locomotive possession, thus ends the match. Well, Locomotive will be disappointed, but 1-1. It's the first draw of the season for El Paso. The fourth for Oakland Roots, as the two managers embrace at midfield. Juan Guerra, John Hutchinson. Locomotive certainly the better of the run of play throughout the evening, but in the end, it's a point.
Right. They, definitely displayed much better on the defensive end again. So that is huge positive for Locomotive moving forward. And then to be able to get one in the back of the net, come from behind, that's always a good thing. They just need to make sure that they finish on their missed opportunities.
Well, you talked about shots on target. That is your thing.
I know.
And the statistics, I think, when we see them, will probably not be kind as we see the missed opportunities for both teams. Carlson, absolutely huge opportunity there. Locomotive as well. Brockbank off the top of the net. Hands on heads all around. Back with a post-match when we return after this.
Ronnie, you've been messing around with those model trucks all day.
I know, these model GMCs are awesome.
I think these are better.
Get 0% APR financing on new Buick and GMC models.
We want to pay you. Ready to trade in and trade up? Casa Buick GMC wants your trade-in, and we'll pay you top dollar for it.
Visit us online at CasaBuickGMCElPaso.com or at the dealership at Montana and Airway.
Home of the nice guys.
Yeah!
In Northeast El Paso exists a site honoring America's veterans. Above it, you'll find a line of flags, but you'll notice that one is missing. For 18 years, Old Glory once soared across El Paso skies, but sadly it was removed. This season, El Paso, Texas Flags Across America asks for your help to resurrect our flag to its original glory. As a local nonprofit, we can't do this without the help of our community, so please donate now at www.oldglorymemorial.org. Thank you, El Paso.
Welcome back as we see beautiful downtown El Paso, Locomotive FC 1, Oakland Roots 1. It is El Paso's first draw of the season. Duke Keith, along with Heidi Mocha, will be headed down to Rachel Phillips' pitch side shortly. As once again, it finishes Locomotive with the draw tonight. Tied at 1 apiece. Our GECU save of the match by Evan Newton. All right, we'll take a look first, with the full match stats. And let's see that shot accuracy, if we will. A little better, 41.7% on frame. Shots on target 5, but total shots 14. It's just a measure of putting it on the frame.
Right. I mean, that is a much better accuracy than in the first half, but unfinished opportunities, possessing the ball like that, accuracy and possession, but with what to show for it. I mean, Locomotive got a draw today. That's a positive thing. And creating all those chances is amazing, and holding the other team to 1 goal. So there should be good things in the future.
88% passing, 59.2, basically 60-40 in terms of the possession split. Oakland did do a better job, I think, in the second half. So let's do our estrella of the match, who happens to be Richie Ryan, and send it down to Rachel Phillips. Rachel, take it away.
Good day, everyone. Joined by Richie Ryan, everyone's favorite Irishman. Richie, obviously, I'm sure you guys wanted to come away with the win tonight, but a draw obviously better than a loss. What impressed you about the guys being able to get back into the contest after you're down a goal?
Yeah, it's been a tough start to the season for us, but I think tonight's probably been our best performance since the Sacramento game in the first game of the season. I thought we controlled the game in large spells. We had plenty of chances, and on another night we would have put 2 or 3 away, and we would have won the game.
When we talk about this defense, obviously it really struggled at the start of the season, but it's really becoming a bright and shining spot in this team. What impresses you the most about the guys out there?
Yeah, it's a team effort. We defend from the front, and then the boys at the back are keeping goals out at the moment, which is what we want to do. We've put some work in on the training ground, which has helped us over the last couple of weeks.
For yourself, just impressive on both sides of the ball tonight, and then obviously set up that goal there from Lucho. It's probably the longest I've ever seen a ball take to get into the back of the net. What did you see on that goal after you kind of gave the pass?
I was just hoping that it was going to go in. It felt like about 10 seconds rolling into the back of the net. But no, I just seen Lucho making the run. He makes that run quite a lot, and he's got a great first touch and a great finish. So it was a great finish from Lucho.
Richie Ryan, your Australia of the match. We're going to present you, actually, Richie. Here's your Australia of the game trophy, as well as a T-shirt here. And then the best part for the fans right now is we're actually going to give you a little soccer ball. You're going to get to sign it, and then one lucky fan in the crowd is going to get a ball signed by Richie Ryan. So Richie, take it away. The signature going on to the ball. Richie Ryan, your Australia of the match, everyone.
Thanks very much, Rachel, as we'll take a look at Richie about ready to toss this one up.
Try kick it if you want, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to try the kick. He's going to try the kick. Why not?
It's gone high.
That's all right. That's how you put it over the net. That's pretty solid. That's why he's your estrella of the match, Heidi. Let's take a look at our GECU save of the match. And Evan Newton called upon a few times tonight. He was solid throughout the evening, Heidi.
Absolutely.
That's point blank Formella. Newton having to stop it. Formella, who had the goal in the early going, gets another first-time effort there. But Evan Newton, right place, right time.
Absolutely, yeah. Evan Newton was keeping a little bit busy at times, but made some great positional decisions, and his teammates were helping him out there too.
And let's take a look at our physical play of the game, brought to you by Physical Hand and Therapy Centers. And take a look at this one. Out of nowhere comes the 35-year-old feat of Yuma. Carlson full steam ahead. Yuma actually got that one. Actually, didn't even, we're not sure he touched the ball.
But that kind of pressure, I mean, that puts the attacker in a position to perform. And fortunately, Yuma, that was a great effort to get back. Just kind of a veteran move and never giving up.
He was right there along with Foxy, but it was Yuma with the angle. Your physical play of the match. The 35-year-old Spaniard getting it done tonight. As we do our Brian Bird's home selling team moving into the next match that is on the road versus Loudon FC. This next weekend, Loudon FC. This is a team that Roots defeated, or pardon me, tied, I guess, earlier this season. But as we see action from Laney Stadium, Loudon FC is there, and that is a very long trip, which you have taken before as a professional. That ain't easy.
Yeah, going from El Paso to Virginia is not an easy trek, so Locomotive will have an altered training schedule this week to make sure they're fresh and ready for Loudon. This will be the first ever match between the two teams as USL Championship is incorporating interconference play this season.
That was indeed Roots' first win this last weekend. Star Wars Night coming on May the 4th. That is a Wednesday evening as well. Locomotive FC does earn its first draw of the season, 1-5-1, 4 points, trying to move their way up, but the defense is more solid. We look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, May the 4th, back here in El Paso. Your final score again tonight, Locomotive FC 1, Oakland Roots SC 1. For Juan Gutierrez, our executive producer, our director, Cesar Ruiz, for Ms. Rachel Phillips, for Heidi Mocha, I am Duke Keith. So long from El Paso, Texas.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.